A very good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school athletics here in the Kern High School District. We are in Shafter, California, the Central Section CIF quarterfinals, Division 5. The Shafter Generals welcoming in the Broncos from Dos Palos. I'm Vance Palm, joined by my partner Rich Cornford, and we are underway. Dos Palos wanted the football. They won the toss. They get it, and they'll start on the 15-yard line. Their super athletic tight end brought it in and up to the 24-yard line. That's bringing my partner, Coach Cornford. Good to see you. You and I had a nice chat with head coach Joe Perucci before the game tonight. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen, but the Shafter General team very well prepared.
Very well prepared, as they have been all season. Perucci's done a great job building this team really over the last 3 years. And, they're a senior-heavy team. This is their year. They got the number 1 seed. They had a bye week, so they're rested. They're pretty healthy, especially in their skill positions. But they're facing a team here in Dos Palos that has been red hot. Won 6 of their last 7 games. Their only loss was to Fire by about 1 point, so it should be a good contest.
A traditional look for their offense and their defense. They want to throw right away. They have a man open right away, and it's caught right away, and it's hauled in by Ronald Johnson. The quarterback is Michael Merrill. First down just like that.
And I think we'll see a lot of Ronald Johnson tonight. He's their top rusher, right at about 1,000 yards rushing. They're an I formation team. They want to pound the rock to him, and he's averaging nearly 9 yards a carry, so a good guy to hand the ball to.
First play, 12 yards, 1st and 10. Again, quarterback is number 4, Michael Merrill, a 5'8", 155-pound junior. Try to run over here to the near side, and it's swallowed up quickly. Johnson on the carry, but nothing happened there. The Generals, a loss of 4.
And Dos Palos is going to be a team that really wants to run the ball. They average nearly 200 yards a game rushing, only about 80 yards a game passing. So they've got to stay on schedule. So a loss like that, putting them in 2nd and long, really is not what they're looking for here. Watch for, again, the tight end, Zane Morrell. He's the brother of the quarterback, Michael Morrell. They've pretty good connection between the two of them.
2nd and 13, draw play, nothing happening. They try to go to him again, and Shafter eats it up all over it. Big loss.
Well, we see right away the bigger team once again is Shafter's opponent, Dos Palos. But Shafter's defensive line, masters of slipping through little seams and making tackles for loss. We've seen them do that all year. So 3rd and long here for Dos Palos. They might put up a jump ball. Zane Morrell is 6'4", 174, and has the ability to win those jump balls in these kind of situations.
3rd and 16. They were kind on the spot. I thought it was a bigger loss than that. Here comes Shafter. They come at it. Morrell drops back, wants to throw, fires, and it is caught at the 40-yard line, a gain of 11. It's going to be 4th and 5. Ooh, man, you were right. They threw it up there, but it wasn't to the guy we thought.
Yeah, good job settling in the zone. Only thing is, on 4th and 16, it's tough to get that kind of yardage. But a positive gain for Dos Palos. And what we've seen, their best 2 plays have been pass plays so far.
Now they're going to have to punt it. Armando Valencia will do the punting. He stands at his 30. The ball's at the 40. And the Generals will get the ball here. Blocked, and picked up by the Generals. And it was punted right into the backside of his teammate. So it was actually blocked by a Bronco inadvertently. And everything turning out right for the Generals the first 4 minutes of play, 3 minutes of play.
Yeah, the punter was only at about 10 yards deep, and then the snap came back a little lazy. Shafter rushed hard up the middle and knocked the personal protector back into the punter for a nice little block. Now we get to see Alex Aguilar, probably the most exciting player in town. Crazy numbers he's put up this year.
Aguilar stays on the ground, and it's a big gain as Pedro Avila picks up 8 on that. What about Aguilar's numbers?
Aguilar is amazing. 5'3", 145-pound kid, and he is right at 1,000 yards rushing. And you'd think he's a little scat back, but he plays very, very physical. And another senior on this team.
He's in the shotgun. Oh, they snapped it to him, wasn't even expecting it, and he still picks up a first down. He wasn't even ready. That could have been a big problem there.
Yeah, you hope you got these issues hashed out by playoff time, but we've seen both teams have a little bit of problem. So if we look at Alex Aguilar's numbers, they're very similar to last year. He's thrown for nearly 3,000 yards. He's run for over 1,000, but he's cut his interceptions down. Last year he threw 15 interceptions. This year only 3, so that's been a huge difference for them.
1st and 10 from about the 12. Aguilar on a keeper. He gets stopped. Maybe line of scrimmage, about a yard maybe. We're just underway here. Shafter Generals hosting the Dos Palos Broncos. Always a fun Friday night in Shafter.
Yeah, they do a great job of putting on a good show.
2nd and 9. Quick toss out here to the near side. And it's caught by Marco Rodriguez.
Marco Rodriguez is another guy we should see a lot on both sides of the ball tonight. He nearly 400 yards receiving. He leads the team with 3 interceptions, too. A lot of these Shafter guys going both ways. And other than a few linemen going down, they've stayed pretty healthy all season.
3rd and 6. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Everybody looks back over to the sidelines to get the play. Aguilar takes the snap, wants to throw. Tosses it, and it is almost intercepted. A slant towards the middle of the football field. The ball was batted up and almost picked off out there by Carlos Iniguez.
And we'll see Dos Palos lined up in a 4-3, cover 3 a lot, a little bit of cover 1. They don't blitz a ton. They depend on their pressure to get from the D-line. But they're not a real heavy pressure team, but really good defense there.
Baruch Valencia will come in for the 29-yarder. Field goal to start off on this first drive. There's a snap. It is up, and it is a beauty. 3-0. Shafter scores on their first drive. Once again, welcome everybody. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rich Cornford with me tonight. Kevin Willie on camera, our director and producer Miguel Garcia. And again, we are out at the festive, fun Friday night of Shafter football. The entire community comes out. Always a great time. And they're having another stellar season. Head coach Gerald Perucci, Shafter native, back in his homeland, so to speak, and just loving it.
Yeah, Shafter won the SSL championship. Obviously, they're undefeated. But if you look back at about the last 7-8 years of the SSL, whoever wins that league championship typically does really well. Bakersfield Christian had won the last few. If you remember that 2012 Wasco team, that was incredible. So this league is a really good league. Bakersfield Christian now in a different league, but Shafter really picking up that mantle, and they can really play with anybody in town.
Well, they scored a field goal on their first drive.
Another squib-type kick.
Taken at the 15 by Tyree Martin. Martin looking for the seam to the near side, right below us. Flag at the end of the play. Strong hit at about the 37, but I don't know if that's going to hold.
So that's 2 kickoffs for Shafter, both of them low line drives to the left side, and each time Dos Palos is trying to return the ball back to their own left.
Holding on the return on Dos Palos, so it'll start back further than they would have liked. That 37 would have been a nice start for them, but instead it's back to the 25.
Now Dos Palos is going to have to get something going with their running game. Again, that's been their bread and butter all season. So far they've ran the ball twice right now, though, for about a negative 6 yards.
Ronald Johnson, the lone back, behind Michael Merrill, the quarterback. They try to draw play it again. Some great athleticism there, really, but could not get. Ball's out, fumble. fumble.
Wow. So Dos Palos has probably got the worst starts that you could possibly imagine. You're a ball control team playing against an explosive offense, and you get your first punt blocked, fumble the first snap of the second series. So Shafter needs to take advantage of this and put the ball in the end zone this time.
7:13 to go in the first quarter. Shafter looking to pounce again as Jackson Sanchez, Marco Rodriguez, everybody spreads out to the left side for a pass play, but they give it to Pedro, and Avila gets about 4 yards.
Dos Palos looking very stout on the inside there. Shafter's finding it difficult to get yards over there. You know, one thing, Alex Aguilar, a little bit of an Achilles injury that he's coming off of. Coach Perucci said he's about 95% now, but anxious to see how much they really run him tonight.
They gave him 3. It's a 2nd and 7.
Oh, nice cut.
A really nice cut, and Pedro Avila. We were here not long ago and had an explosive football game here and handed out the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game Award.
And Shafter going tempo, and Dos Palos can't get guys off the field.
Flags fly at the snap, and tough start here for the Broncos.
And there you see Shafter, they don't huddle, but they run at different tempos. And they've been kind of taking their time the first few plays. That time they caught Dos Palos.
No, it's on the Generals.
Wow. Well, he's marking them off, Dos Palos.
Oh, he changed it.
Yeah. I think he pointed the wrong way. I was going to say, at the very least, it should be offsetting because that guy was still hadn't got even to the numbers yet.
So he corrected himself, and now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
We're trying to sub guys in against a tempo team is always dangerous.
Aguilar keeps it himself. He gets in. Touchdown, Shafter.
Nice read there by Alex Aguilar. 3-year starter right there. Knows the offense just about as well as Perucci does. You know, Alex's numbers exactly on the year. Completing 69% of his passes. Came in with 2,631 yards passing, 33 touchdowns. Ran for 920 yards, 15 touchdowns. We got a little swinging gate action here.
And Coach Perucci's telling him, just hike it to Alex. Now he lost his opportunity. He actually wanted it to go to Alex. It would have been a simple 2-pointer. But instead, the orthodox 1-point PAT. It's up and it is through. So quick work early from the Shafter Generals, 10-0. Once again, welcome everybody. Great to have you with us tonight. Cool, crisp autumn evening. Thanksgiving right around the corner. Boy, it's that special time of year, Rich. I love it.
I call it the most wonderful time of the year. It really is.
Hey, you should write a song. Those are great lyrics.
We got Kevin Jones as the coach for Dos Palos. They went 6-5 this year, beat Bishop 41-8 in the opening round of the playoffs. Again, their only league loss was to Firebob by 1 point. Firebob, coincidentally, was the team that knocked Shafter out last year in the playoffs.
And boy, did they. That was a tough hill to climb after some big scores against these Generals, and it's been well documented. The sour taste left in their mouth has been a driving force for them all year. They want another shot at it.
And D5 is loaded. You got Shafter at 10-0, Kennedy at 10-1, Carruthers 11-0, Woodlake 10-1, and that Fireball team is 8-3. So this really is, and I would say that Division 5 is even tougher than Division 4 this year.
Kick is up, and it's going to be taken at the 7-yard line by Zane Merrill. And he gets to the 37. So they will have some pretty decent field position.
Anxious to see what Kevin Jones does this series. You know, just, again, they want to be a running team. You got to be able to trust your running back. One thing, that the field is a little slick, a little bit wet. They had a flooding issue, believe it or not, over the weekend that they've been trying to dry this thing out. It looks fantastic, but I know it's a little wet out there, and that sometimes can play havoc on the football.
1st and 10. The Dos Palos Broncos will take over on their own 37. Quarterback is Michael Merrill. Fumble, ball's on the ground.
Wow. I think we're seeing a lot of nerves for whatever reason from those Palos tonight. That was just simple handoff, hit the running back right in the hip, ended up on the ground.
Oh my goodness. That's just as unfortunate as you could write it up. Tough situation for Dos Palos, and Merrill was going to throw, and it was just like he didn't protect the football on his drop back and bounces onto the ground, and the Generals couldn't believe it, just right in their hands. Oh, boy.
Yeah, gift wrapped for him.
Oh, boy. Jackson Sanchez in motion. Aguilar throws across the middle, has his man, and that's a touchdown. Just like that, Marco Rodriguez. Oh,
so that'll put Marco Rodriguez over 400 yards receiving, and you see, again, so many times after turnovers, teams are going to take a shot at you. Good call with the play action by Coach Perucci. Found him wide open, splitting the safeties.
And Alex put it right on the money, of course.
Like he's done 100 times, 1,000 times before.
Now they do snap it to him. And it's an option pitch. Oh, fumble at the goal line. So nice job by Dos Palos. They didn't let it happen. Flag on the play, though. So a little bright ray of light there, I think, for Dos Palos, but they're coming back on the field. What's this call going to be? So it's illegal procedure against the Generals, and it was declined. And that swinging gate, Dos Palos hung in there, made a good play.
Real aggressive towards the football. They saw 2-on-2 there, and they figured, hey, that's a good one to run the option at. But then one of the guys playing out wide came in and made that tackle. So good job by them coaching that up. And Perucci's getting an explanation from the officials as to what they called there.
I want to thank the United States Army for being a big part of our efforts here at the Kern High School District, especially with Kern High Network. Appreciate it. Thank you to the U.S. Army. How about Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, a name synonymous with our educational endeavors in the community, whether it's the instructors or the students, the student athletes, the musicians, artists. Thank you, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Motor City, what an entity you are in our community. Thank you, Motor City, especially the Motor City Minute. And then, of course, Tony's Pizza. We will have our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. We were here not too long ago when Kennedy came into town undefeated to take on the Generals, and the Generals got the best of that.
Well, as a coach, man, you don't like to see your kickoff return team getting this much practice. And I've been there before. A couple years back in the playoffs, we went against Adrian Martinez in Clovis West, and they put quite a few scores on us.
Same place, taken to the 8-yard line. And not a bad effort, Tyree Martin. So, again, the Broncos will come out, see if they can put something together here. They trail 16-0 already.
Well, if you count that first snap, they've snapped the ball 6 times, and really, really bad things have happened on 3 of them. So, as a coach, you're wondering, what can I call that we don't just really screw up here?
Ball's on the far hash mark, and by the way, this field just looks phenomenal. Brand new, perfectly painted S at midfield. Hash marks look fantastic. Top-notch officiating crew tonight. What a treat.
All right, Dos Palos doing a little flip-flopping, a little tango with the tight end.
Merrill throws it up, floats it up, and it is almost hauled in by his brother. Nice toss over there to Zane Merrill. So Merrill to Merrill. Incomplete.
Yeah, and that's part of their game, you know, is to send him out, send him deep, put the ball up where he can have the best chance to catch it over everybody else. He's averaging over 20 yards of reception this year. He's got a 90-yard touchdown earlier in the year. So he definitely, even though he's the tight end, he is their main deep threat.
Chacon broke that up. Felix Chacon 2nd and 10. Under 6 to go in this first quarter. Uh-oh. Double reverse or a pitch reverse and thrown for a big, big loss. So they're going into the bag of tricks pretty early, and that did not work.
Yeah. Colby Miller and Rafa Zamudio way in the backfield over there, just wrecking havoc. It's hard to win football games if you can't block the guys up front. I think Derek Carr would tell you that. If you watch them, or Cam Newton last night,
ouch,
against the Steelers, and that's where Dos Palos is losing the battle right now.
3rd and 18. Merrill behind center. Screen play, and they do get it out, but nothing doing there. It's going to be to Johnson. Big hit at the end. Here comes a flag, though. Here comes the flag.
Interesting to see what this call is. Thrown by the back judge. If he had defensive holding, or
was the hit clean?
He's a long way away to flag that hit.
I know.
The other guys were closer. I think he looks like the indication is against Dos Palos.
Oh, it is.
Huh. I didn't see anything.
Neither did I.
Whether somebody said something or something, as a coach, you appreciate kind of a chance for you to get to warn the kid, hey, watch your mouth or whatever. Maybe they've already warned him, but they haven't had really all that many snaps for somebody to be warned there.
Nightmare start for the Broncos. And the Shafter obviously going to decline that one, and their return man is Jackson Sanchez, the dangerous junior. Wow, he will be a headliner to start next year.
Yeah, he will. And then, Shafter probably have a sophomore at quarterback next year, so Jackson's leadership abilities, will definitely be needed. But he's a kid, 1,200 receiving yards almost, 13 touchdowns. He's got 3 sacks. He's just stud all around. I know Perucci's glad to have him coming back next year.
What a timeout on the field. Some other games tonight. The Drillers are playing. Liberty's playing.
Yeah, you've got Frontier is at Rigetti, playing over at the Coast for the 2nd week in a row. Let's see, Garces is
at Tulare Union.
Got Tulare Union. That's, but hey, Stockdale upset Tulare Western last night. This 2nd round, some crazy things has happened. One time when I was at Frontier, 2nd round, we were the 1 seed. We got beat by the 8, a Lemoore team that made plays when we didn't. And, you get those, you have a slightly off night, and anybody in the quarterfinals is pretty darn good.
Last night's other game, North lost in a heartbreaker in overtime. And as you mentioned, the Stockdale Mustangs saw a great interview, and Coach Shelton, the emotional Coach Shelton, just loving his players and the heart. And what an exciting game that was. So you're right, playoff football, you never know. This punt gets off. Sanchez takes one, makes one move. Flag on the play. He comes all the way back around, gets some blocking. Now he gets brought down. I think.
Wow.
What a play. What a play. But a flag about 25 minutes ago in this run back.
I think that's going to be a block in the back. It took him a while to drop the flag. It kind of looked like he had maintained contact and it ended up on the back, but he had a better view of it than I did. I didn't used to think that way as a coach, though. When you're on the sideline, you're pretty sure you can see everything better than the officials.
You and I were talking with Coach Perucci before the game, and he had some great insight as to, being with these many quality players for 3 years and having them around him and vice versa for 36 months, and what that does for the chemistry and just kind of the unspoken language that goes on amongst he and his leaders. None more important than that quarterback, Alex Aguilar. 1st and 10. Flag on the play. Avila with the carry, but a quick flag, and now all of a sudden we've seen quite a bit of laundry.
Yeah, and just going back to that senior leadership, we were talking to Coach Perucci, and he stressed how good these kids were too. They're good in the weight room, they're good at practice, and when you have that kind of leadership in your seniors, when your best athletes are your best kids, it takes care of everything else. It really makes for fun seasons, especially when you're 10-0 like Shafter is.
Flag was against the Generals, marks them back to the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. Doesn't matter. They stay with Avila, and Avila gets up to about the 27-yard line. Big gain. Wow.
Yeah, that's a great call there on, first and long. Sometimes teams will overplay the pass, especially when you can throw it like Shafter can. And picked up half of 54. Jose Ortiz limping a little bit. He's going to be a critical player tonight. He's playing that left tackle spot, filling in for somebody else that's hurt, and he also plays on the D-line.
Yeah, you spotted that before the kickoff. Here's a backwards pass, but Avila able to make something out of it. Another flag. So we've seen a flag almost every play. And Coach Perucci he's been hot since kickoff. It looked like a backwards pass to me, but Avila still made something out of it. But everybody's going back again, and I think the sage, wise, seasoned line judge of Alex Edelor may be soothing for Coach Perucci sometime tonight. Not right now, but maybe somewhere down the evening. Another hold.
Yeah, we got the Let's Go Pedro chant going on down there. And, Dos Palos really needs to take advantage of this bad field position for Shafter and the long yardage. They've got to get them off the field, get their offense decent field position.
2nd and 20, perfect. Gives Aguilar a chance to throw. He's all over the place, running all over the place. Finally lets one fly, and it is caught for an amazing first down. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I thought that it for sure would be either a holding or an illegal man downfield, or he crossed the line of scrimmage. It ends up being a huge first down. What a pitch, what a catch.
Yeah. Dos Palos is very big up front, but they are not real quick, and that hurt him there.
That was Isaac Enriquez with that big first down catch, and no huddle, and they quickly get after it right away.
Coach Perucci talked about Dos Palos, and he described it as playing football in the 1980s. They try to pound the ball offensively with that I formation. They play a lot of cover 3, which was the most common form of coverage back in the 80s. So we got, the 21st century versus the 20th century here.
2nd and 7, Coach. Ball inching closer to midfield.
It's the feature, buddy.
Stoppage of play for a moment. I think they need Jimmy Jimenez had to go off the field for the Broncos.
I don't see anybody working with him or looking anything at him.
Keeper for Aguilar, right to midfield. Ball goes down 50-yard line, so it'll bring up about 3rd and 5. 16-0 right now. Shafter up quick here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the first time Shafter had to start outside Dos Palos' about 25-yard line, though.
Right.
So they're going to have to earn this one.
I think they'll enjoy it. 3rd and 4, Aguilar to Avila. Avila makes one quick move, and he's able to get enough. And just that one move to deke Nathan Jordan, that's all he needed. 1st and 10, Shafter.
Yeah, again, that can't say enough about Pedro Avila and what a great high school athlete he is. And just in this system here where he can thrive really on both sides of the ball. Leading tackler for the defense, 1,000-yard rusher.
Aguilar over to Avila on the far side, looking for some downfield blocking. Oh, big hit. And I mean, that was a big hit by a Dos Palos Bronco, and the crowd over here. And looked like Armando Valencia lowered the boom, number 20. That's a big, big hit.
Yeah, it took the wind out of the crowd there. Pedro's going to come off right now. trying to catch some of that wind back again.
Yeah, they hit him hard.
Tough kid, though.
Yeah, he is, and he's coming over a little gingerly. 2nd and 2, but all they do is hand the ball to Nelson Hernandez, and Hernandez rolls down to about the 17-yard line. Ooh, boy.
The flag on the play.
Another flag, and it looks as if they're heading back again. I don't know if it's the left side of that line that's getting called for holding, or is it a lead back, but
Penalty is for
another
holding.
hold moves it back again. The crowd's starting to get uneasy.
And we do have 2 of the 5 linemen are relatively new in there. A little bit more athletic, not as much size as they had with the guys that went down. Cesar Lopez and I believe it was Zebulon Waterhouse, both out this game with injuries. So sometimes you get young guys in there grabbing a hold of things.
2nd and 7. Aguilar again to the left side. And nice play, quick wrap up,
Nelson Hernandez.
and a quick tackle.
Picked up by number 26, Isaac Aguilar.
So good play by Aguilar.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
Another 3rd down test for the Generals, but last time it was 3rd and 20, and they picked up a 22-yard gain. So
Yeah, and you wonder if this is potentially 4-down territory. Right now, Perucci's defense is playing great, but you got the best player in town at quarterback.
Aguilar floats it up, and no, they're going to say he ran out of real estate.
One of the fans up here didn't like that call very much, but it looked like it was the right call to me.
Or assistant coaches.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think they thought he was in bounds, but they say he ran out of real estate, incomplete pass. So with 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it looks like the Broncos are going to get the football back. Shafter will punt. Baruch Valencia will do the honors.
I think that's a smart play by Coach Perucci. Sometimes when you got an offense like that, you just get real greedy. And if it backfires on you, they get the ball in great field position. Keep them backed up, make them really drive it.
A wobbler, and it is taken at the 21-yard line. 27 seconds remains here in this first quarter. 16-0 here on Kern High Network. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Rich Cornford. On camera, we have Kevin Willie, and our director and producer is Miguel Garcia, working feverishly this evening. Normally we have a little bit of a rap session with Miguel. We get a little bit of a chit-chat session, but right now he is dialed in and focused.
All right, so Shafton's defense done a great job so far. Dos Palos, that's the Santa Barbara school. Dos Palos offense struggling to get rolling. Well, that'll help them. They'll get a 1st and 5 after Shafter jumped there.
You got to do what you got to do, right, Coach?
Yeah.
You got to figure out ways to get into your rhythm, throw off this aggressive team from their rhythm, anything you can do.
And sometimes just a good first down or two, and then everything starts clicking for you.
They trail early, 0-16. Merrill takes a snap, drops back, puts one across the middle, and it is caught. What a catch! What a catch. It was almost picked off. And to this very minute, I still think that Felix Chacon thought he was going to pick it off. But, oh, wow, what a grab. First down.
Yeah, Felix is a pretty good receiver for Shafter, and that one was thrown right in his breadbasket, and he got the assist if he was playing volleyball with it,
right,
with setting it there to the Dos Palos receiver.
Wow.
But again, Dos Palos will take it. They're not going to be greedy. They'll take it however they can get it.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. 16-0 here on Kern High Network. Shafter leads after one. We'll be back right after this.
At the end of the first quarter.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and every one thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
From California's largest Buick GMC dealership, Motor City, check out these incredible customer reviews. Quote, "It was a completely painless process. We highly recommend Motor City GMC to family and friends." Quote, "Next time I'm in need of a new or used vehicle, I'll definitely come back to Motor City." Ready for a professional grade experience?
This is where you want.
Great to have you back here.
Every team trains hard.
A 1st and 10, Dos Palos right below us. The ball on the near hash. The ball gets thrown up high, and it is incomplete.
Pass intended for number
Flag on the play way back on the other side, so it has become quite the flag-infested first half.
I missed 31, Ryan Ramirez.
Yeah, and we see that Dos Palos is starting to chuck the ball a little more than they'd like already, but they have had zero success running the football so far. So I can't really blame them for that. Now they're going to likely be backed up here.
Kennedy was an illegal shift.
Yeah, an illegal shift.
It's going to cost them, it's like about 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15 to go.
So they'll start the second quarter with a 5-yard penalty. And as Coach Cornford mentioned, they've gone to the air a few times already. And this is a run-heavy team, but they're going up against a very staunch defense when this Shafter General team starts clicking.
Yeah, typically Dos Palos only throws the ball 8 to 10 times a game, and we've already seen him throw it about 6 times here, about half their snaps.
Merrill fires one, overthrown, incomplete, and he took a big shot at the end of it. A big hit by Angel Sierra.
That's going to make it.
Oh, sorry, that was, these numbers are bunched up here. Sorry, everybody. Oh, that was Nate Gonzalez that hit him. Just ripped Merrill when he let go of it.
If you look at Dos Palos' roster, a lot of juniors. You know, they're probably a year away from being at their very best, where the Shafter squad is loaded with seniors that have been starting for 3 years now.
And so, Rich, I think that'll carry him to the top. I think that's one of the main ingredients that'll carry him to the top is their experience.
Yeah, and I think when it's your senior year, you always care just a little bit more, and that obviously matters.
3rd and 15. They go on the ground. It's a nice, strong run play. Can he get enough? Does he have enough? He cuts back upfield. Oh, what a strong run. But a great first down saving tackle out there. Big play by Marco Rodriguez, or that's a first down.
Yeah, so it was actually 2nd and 15 there, so that'll bring up 3rd and short here.
3rd down and 2.
I stand corrected. Thank you.
But a great call by them. And, you know, Dos Palos has guys that can really run the ball. They got their second running back, Tyree Martin's averaging 7 yards a carry. Ronald Johnson, number 22, is averaging 9 yards a carry. So they're not used to getting stuffed. That's more like what we typically see from them.
That was Johnson on that last carry. Now it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. Hard count, and that may give them a first down right there. The extra excited Jose Ortiz hops over the line. The officials quickly make it a first down for Dos Palos.
What you did get to see there is how quick Jose Ortiz's first step is. He's really quick off the ball for a guy that's 220 pounds, never played football before this year.
I hear you.
Got him off the basketball court out here and said, hey, you look like you could be a pretty good football player, and he definitely passes the eye test.
Sure does, 6'4", 220.
So I know Coach Perucci really wants to get more basketball players out. You like those guys with some length and good feet?
1st and 10, just underway here in the second quarter. Merrill throws one to a man that's wide open, caught out there. What a nice route, and he went right underneath everybody, stayed there, sat underneath it, and Tyree Martin picks up a first down, big first down.
Yeah, and we've seen Dos Palos trying to attack that middle of the field there, throwing 10 to 15 yards across the middle. And Merrill really puts his whole body into his throws. I don't know how naturally strong his arm is, but he's putting everything he's got into
right.
it.
You're so right. I wouldn't say heaving it, but close. 1st and 10, ball inside general territory. It's pitched over here to Johnson. Johnson cuts back up against the grain. Look at this run, everybody. Wow. And he gets up to the 12-yard line. And this senior now starting to get that Broncos crowd fired up.
Yeah, and here they go. They put some first downs back-to-back. A few penalties on Shafter has helped them, but now they're in rhythm. Now the coach can call whatever he wants from his bag of tricks over there and try and stay on schedule because they've got a couple really good chunk plays here in both the running and the passing game.
Let's not forget, quarterback's brother is Zane Merrill, number 10. Stands in that tight end spot. Pretty lean, thin tight end, but he can get up. And they give it to him. The aforementioned Zane Merrill. The handoff from the tight end spot. Touchdown, Dos Palos.
Yeah, a little counter action there. Fake the backfield to the right. Give it to your brother. Going to the left.
He looked good.
Yeah, he's a very athletic kid, and at 6'4", he can do a lot of good things for you. Now,
hold the phones here, Rich. Hold the phones.
Yeah, we might have us a ball game. Now, one thing Dos Palos has struggled with all year is kicking extra points. They've only made about 75%, which is not a very good percentage when you're just going for one.
Well, they need to get all their players on the field, too. That's not the best sign. Now it looks like they're ready. Here's the PAT. The snap, the hold, it's up, and hey, look at that.
Plenty of leg on it.
I guess so. So Daniel Reyes put one through just like that, 16-7. What do you think, Coach?
Well, great response there by Dos Palos.
They had
to. Yeah, they had to. You're exactly right. Because things could not have started worse for them than they did. With blocked punt, fumble. And you're just thinking, oh, my gosh, we thought we had a game plan that we felt we could be competitive. Now our worst nightmare. But they get a stop, and then they get about an 80-yard drive put together. They're both running it and throwing it. That's just what the doctor ordered.
You know what? That's a great point. Running and throwing. It wasn't one-dimensional. Keeps Shafter somewhat trying to guess a little bit here. 16-7 the score. 9.5 left here in the first half.
Now that last Shafter drive, they killed themselves with penalties. Be interesting to see what Coach Perucci does, if he just goes to the basics of inside zone again, or does he air it out? I mean, he's got so many weapons at his disposal, but it doesn't matter how many weapons you have if you're getting a penalty called on you every other play.
I always enjoy seeing high school students in a tank top eating a snow cone tonight as I'm up here rattling my bones around. Isn't that great? Only the young. That's beautiful. All right. Kickoff taken by Avila. And he knows what to do in the open field. So Shafter will come out now.
Good coverage there by the Broncos. You get worried when Pedro Avila gets that ball that he could take it the distance, but they did a really good job of running down there and staying in their lanes and not giving them any space to run to.
Ball's on the far hash, 28-yard line.
Nice to see Avila back in there after that big hit he took. They'd taken him out, and that might have been part of the reason why that last drive stalled when they were on offense.
Let's see, 9:22 to go here in the half. Aguilar on a keeper, and Aguilar gains 5, makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he does. Running the zone read at Nathan Jordan there. Nathan Jordan's the leading tackler on their team as the defensive end, also leads the team in tackles for loss, leads the team in sacks. So ran it right at their best defensive player and made him miss.
They gave him 6, so it's 2nd and 4. Aguilar is a strong right side. They give it to Avila. Avila's wrapped up, and they still gets him a yard, so that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Boy, and Jose Ortiz just had himself a pancake block over there, playing that left tackle spot. He was blocking Nathan Jordan that time and just sandwiched him.
How about this, 3rd and 3? They give it to Avila. Can Avila cut up and get this? Oh, going to be close. He got it. He got it. First down, Generals.
Shafter attacking that left side of the line, going at the lighter Nathan Jordan, trying to use his lighter frame against him. What he likes to rush the passer, likes to get in the backfield. Sometimes you can run right at those guys. I know that's part of Perucci's game plan.
Picked up the first down. Wants to throw, looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Flag on the play, everybody. Flag on the play. It's broken up at the last second. No flag there, but the flag is way back at the line of scrimmage at the 40 on the far side up against the Dos Palos sidelines.
Boy, and the line judge over there might need Tommy John surgery. He's throwing so many flags.
Spoken like a true coach. And it goes against the Generals.
First and 15.
And again, not what Perucci wants to see is that laundry on the field, 1st and 15. But they do have the type of offense that can overcome it.
Run play, Avila.
Pedro Avila on the carry.
And picks up a yard or two, but make it 2nd and long.
I'm going to call that 2nd 13.
All right, Shafter, again, they've slowed the pace down here a little bit. There's still no huddle, but not going with the super tempo.
Doubles on both sides. Avila back to block for Aguilar. Throws, it's complete, and it is caught at the 44-yard line, and it's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. 3rd and 5, and it was connected out there to Chacon.
Really, one of the reasons you slow it down is you try to take a look at what kind of defense they're in. Dos Palos playing a too high that last look, going man-to-man on this one.
3rd and 6.
All right.
7 minutes to go here in the half.
I think they might be just showing man and dropping to zone here.
There's a big play here. Big play, and it's a great pass. Oh, stiff arm, knocked the tooth guard out. Goodness, what a play by Jackson Sanchez. Caught the pass, gave a stiff arm, knocked the tooth guard out. Mouthpiece flies. Boy, what an emphatic first down for the Generals.
Great call there.
Sure was. They try it again. This time they stretch it down the far side. Chacon can't hang on to it. Had the similar look to it.
Yeah, it's a really good series. BHS made this real popular about a decade ago. You motion that back out of the backfield. You have all your guys do about 10-yard routes. If anybody jumps the back, you hit the open guy. If they don't jump the back, you throw it to the back.
Coach Perucci talked about that in our pregame with him. Reading off of their initiations. This time Aguilar, slippery, hard to bring him down. As you mentioned, the number one tackler on the team for the Broncos, Nathan Jordan, and he's having a whale of a night just trying to haul down the quarterback.
All right. So Shafter going trips to the top.
And they used up all their options. And the last one was Avila, but it wasn't a very good pass. And now brings up 4th and 6. And they're in that part of the football field now where I don't think we'll see a designed orthodox punt.
And Dos Palos defended that exactly like you should. Cover the guys hitching at 10 when they throw the swing route, rally up to it. It's much easier to go up on a guy with the ball than going back to one.
4th and 6, 4th and 6. Aguilar takes a look, flushed out of the pocket. He can pick up the yardage if he needs it, but they stop him. He hurls it, and it's incomplete. No flags anywhere, and it goes through the hands of the intended General Isaac Enriquez. Is there a flag on the play?
Illegal man downfield.
Oh, okay. It was an illegal receiver downfield decline. Dos Palos will get the football back.
Big stop for the Broncos here. They've got all the momentum right now. 6 minutes left in the first half, and they can put a drive together here. They could put a little fear in the hearts of all the Shafter faithful.
It's part of our commitment for doing the right
The official timeout is because the intended receiver, Isaac Enriquez, is still down after the pass. There was no flag on the play, came down awkwardly. And we'll take a short break here on Kern High Network. Be back right after this in Shafter.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
Good to see Isaac up. Okay, how about this? 1st and 10 for Dos Palos. Quick pitch out to Johnson on the far side. He looks to cut up against the grain, and he picks up another big gain still on his feet. 14-yard gain. So the Broncos going with what they know, Coach.
Boy, and they look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first bit. Getting the ball to the outside has been key for him there, mixing things up between the run and the pass. But, it's not recognizable from what we saw the first 6 plays of the game.
Boy, you've got to respect the moxie they've been able to put together here. That horrible start, and they're right in this thing.
Ooh.
And that's a hard count, but the big fella jumped, and that's Israel Flores, 6'3", 240.
Yeah, he's a big, tough kid, plays defensive end for him, too. Went into a 2 tight end set, which typically, when you think Stanford football, they're looking to pound it from there, but does not help them to go to 1st and 15.
And Flores had a quick word with his quarterback, make sure they're on the same page, because you're right, he's a versatile guy for those Broncos. 5:38 and counting left in the half. Generals have lost that mojo for a while now, and they have a 9-point lead, want to keep it there. Johnson hits the hole hard, and he's met. Oh, what a great tackle. Wow, a big hit out there by Joey Sanchez, the sophomore.
Yeah, again, it's amazing how well Shafter plays with some guys that aren't necessarily real big. We saw him earlier this year against North High, who has monsters on their offensive line. And, Shafter wore those guys out. And, getting a lot of penetration here in tonight's game, too, early on.
Was that a game with Rick Hutchins at North?
Might have been, yeah.
Oh, flag on this play. Elidor calls that one. The line judge pulls it. He's so famous, we go last name with him. And will this be the dreaded sideline warning? He called over the heavy to make the call.
Yeah. It is just a warning, so it's not going to cost him any yards. But
that's great. Alex dropped a little side flag out, then he brings his buddy over. Hey, get these guys back, will you? I don't even want to deal with them.
As a coach, it's tough. You want to just walk in there, and you're used to doing it. We've been doing it for millions of years. Walk on the field, make your call, kind of back out. But Alex doesn't want him touching the field there.
Well, you don't want to harp on it. Ball goes up. That's going to be picked off. Bad pass. And now it's Marco Rodriguez gets knocked out of bounds. But that ball was up for the taking the second it left Merrill's hands.
Yeah, they had man coverage out there, and they, I think, told him just throw it up, and he just flung it. Not real accurate with a lot of hang time on it, and pretty easy interception. You called interception about 3 seconds before the ball actually came down.
That ball was up and it was done.
Well, that's a break that Shafter need to get the momentum back here, and let's see if they can put together a drive and punch one in here. They've been pretty stale, really, in the last 14 minutes of the game offensively, something we really haven't seen from them a lot. They've been so consistent all year.
4.5 left, and just as Dos Palos was starting to get some traction and get back in this thing, Alex Aguilar has the ball at the 50-yard line. This one's to Avila, inside little pitch, and Avila gets brought down to about the 32, 31-yard line.
Gerald's got so many nice little wrinkles to this offense there, and he seems to call everything right at the perfect time. A shovel pass there to Avila to start the drive off, gets him rolling, gives him some momentum.
1st and 10, 4:20 remaining in the half. Aguilar fakes the handoff, flushed out of the pocket, stops, throws downfield. This might be picked off. Oh, or caught for a touchdown. Ay. Tyree Martin had that go through his hands, and then it was almost caught for a touchdown by Isaac Enriquez, who was just out a minute ago.
It's going to be 2nd and 10.
And
There's a flag for
another illegal man downfield, and you know, you have a quarterback like Aguilar who's so active, evades and eludes so many hits and tackles. Sometimes he's got receivers that just linemen that float around down there and just get too far downfield.
Yeah, and again, they've got a couple linemen there that are, you know, haven't really played a whole lot yet, and you just wonder. I didn't see who it was.
2nd and 15. Avila in motion. That's who they toss it to. Now he has a ton of real estate, and Avila cuts up, gets a maybe 10 yards, and that'll bring it to a 2nd and 5, maybe 2nd and 7.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 7.
So that puts them back on schedule where, again, you can run the ball, you can throw the ball. They are probably in 4-down territory here.
Avila on the left hip. Sanchez comes by in motion. Aguilar wants to throw, but he's flushed out of the pocket. But boy, can he run. Makes one good move, picks up the 1st down. So the DBs for the Broncos did a good job, but then you have to account for Aguilar's legs.
Yeah, and that's really the toughest part about defending Aguilar. He throws the ball great, he runs great, but when he runs out of system, you know, the play is designed to be this and that, nobody's open, and you've done a great job, and then he kills you anyway. You know, those are the plays that are really, as a defense coordinator, the hardest to take, because there's no defense you can draw up to really consistently stop that.
And then Alex will have you say, well, me running is not out of system. How about this for a touchdown? Perfect toss, perfect catch. What a catch made by Marco Rodriguez. Touchdown, Shafter. So when everybody in the house thought Dos Palos was kind of getting back in this thing, an errant pass picked off by Marco Rodriguez, and he catches the touchdown. How's that?
Yeah, that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. So Marco having a great evening tonight, and was covered pretty well there. I believe that's his 2nd.
Here comes the PAT. Baruch Valencia. It's up, and it's through, and it's good. We'll take a short break. 3:25 to go here in the half. Shafter starting to regain control here on Kern High Network.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
23-7 with 3:25 remaining here in the first half at Shafter. Nice football game. Beautiful, crisp, cool little evening.
A few quick scores. I've got Bakersfield High 23, Fresno Bullard 6.
Ooh.
Liberty 21, Clovis 0.
Ooh.
Garces 0, Tulare Union 7. Frontier 7, Santa Maria Rigetti 7.
Wow, look at that.
West 0, Kingsburg 21.
Uh-oh. Ball taken by Merrill at the 10-yard line. And Zane Merrill back up to the 40. So you can see why a team like Dos Palos has had some electrifying moments. 6 of the last 7 games. They lost their first 4, then they went on a tear.
Yeah, and during that time, they outscored their opponents by quite a big margin. Let's see, I got it here. By about 42-11 was the average margin victory in those games. So they were really rolling up some points. Again, they're a run-heavy team, but they've done a pretty good job of mixing it up after a couple early fumbles on run plays.
All right, just over 3 minutes to go here in the half. What can Dos Palos do? Martin wants to throw. He fires one downfield, and it is broken up. How about that? Tyree Martin uncorks a bomb about 50 yards, and there was some nice action there between Marco Rodriguez and Jared Jones, but no flags. That was a good no call.
Yeah, testing Marco Rodriguez right now might not be a good idea. That kid's as hot as they come. You know, if you're going to play man coverage, your corners better not peek in the backfield. If he'd been peeking in the backfield on that, he would have been wide open. But he's playing his man, doing his job, had him covered really well and was able to break up that pass.
Fun play, but it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. This time they try it again. Big trouble, big trouble. They give this one to Armando Vega, and he runs into big trouble. Or was it Dustin Elrod?
So we've seen that action. Obviously, the pass just came off that same action, but we also saw Shafter in the first quarter tackle that for about a 6 or 7 yard loss.
So Coach Perucci and his staff, Rich, call a timeout. They're going to get the football back. They want as much time as possible. 23-7 is the score.
Yeah, very smart timeout by them. With 2:55 left and a 3rd and 18, you're thinking, hey, we can get the ball back at about our own 40. And with their firepower, we've seen them put up a lot of points very quick in that amount of time.
Thank you for coming out and supporting the CIF and our great young people.
Actually, I think when I talking about that Shafter North High game, I called that with Zeb, who's the PA announcer here at Shafter. In that particular game, North High actually got up on Shafter a little bit, and then Shafter just came storming back and
that's right.
Turned it into a rout.
That's right. Okay, 3rd and 20, as Rich just mentioned. They bring the quartet of receivers out here to the right side of the line of scrimmage. So they're just going to heave it up here, and they see who can come down with it, and it is almost intercepted. It was it had all the optics of a Hail Mary.
3 flies up. Did you ever play that as a kid?
Yeah, of course.
So I think that was the basis of that play. They know they got the tallest player on the field out there and try and give him a chance. If that ball gets picked, it's just like a punt. So not a bad option on 3rd and 20.
But now it is a punt, and waiting for it will be Jackson Sanchez. Hard to think of someone with all that talent, only being a junior.
Yeah, very dangerous wherever he's playing.
They get it off, and it is batted down at about the 37-yard line. You'll see where they mark it. 2:41 left here in this half, 23-7. Well, we had a great regular season. A lot of big-time football games. Liberty, the SWYL champion. Everything was happening in the SYL. All kinds of fun stuff there. We had some big blowouts. We had some close games. And now in this playoff atmosphere, we have a lot of games going on tonight. Stockdale wins last night. North lost in a tough one in overtime last night. But a lot of marquee football teams playing tonight for Kern County.
All right, great job of using the clock here, having time to work for Shafter.
Aguilar, quick little slant in here to Enriquez. Enriquez still on his feet. Big hit at the end. but he gets 6 yards out of it.
It's brought down by 26.
Oh,
Enriquez slow to get up again. You know, he was out earlier. He's going to stay in and tough it out.
That's going to be second.
he's standing right in front of his head coach, and his head coach is giving a signal. So
it's playoffs.
yeah, absolutely. 2nd and 4. They did give him 6 on that. Aguilar drops back, stands in the pocket, fires one downfield. He's wide open, and it's caught. And it may be a touchdown, and it is a touchdown.
Well, Felix Chacon can't catch on defense, but he can sure catch on offense. Great throw there by Alex Aguilar. Hit him right in stride.
What a beauty. What a throw.
You know, and Alex is probably a guy that'll go on and play some college football. I know he's getting recruited by some NAIA schools, Division III schools. You know, he doesn't have the ideal height, but, man, he is football smart, got a very accurate arm, obviously runs the ball great. He's going to be a great pickup for somebody. It'll be fun to watch him play on Saturdays.
And could be up for Player of the Year honors here in the South. Here is the PAT. It is up, and it is good. So with 2:03 remaining here, we'll take a short break and come back here. It is all Shafter right now on the Kern High Network.
2 minutes and 8 seconds.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza. 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your
This will keep it interesting. It'll keep it interesting. The PAT is good, so quick score. Quick score.
Only problem with that is you've given Shafter enough time to score again.
You read my mind, buddy. 30-14.
From the hallways to the field, you aim to be the best. That's why EastBay.com carries more brand style.
We've seen it all so far in this first half. There's been a little bit of everything.
Yeah, really good to see Dos Palos stick with it, though. You know, again, as bad as this game started for them, would have been easy to fold and just keel over. But they've showed some spark. They've showed that they've got some playmakers over there, some guys that can run and some guys with size. So
yeah, Tyree Martin scores on a 60-yard kickoff return and also is hoisting up long bombs on a little pitch pass. He's something else. A junior.
Shafter in an onside return formation here. They've still got 10 guys up within 20 yards of the ball.
And they put it right in that little gap right there. Better be taken, and it finally is. Smart play by Aguilar because that ball was laying around for a second in that open area. He finally said, I'll take it.
Well, that's the scary thing about being in that formation. They just pooch the ball over you, and then that ball bounces funny ways.
Nice kick.
Yeah. But Shafter, I believe, has 2 timeouts left, 1:48. And again, you know, with their style of offense, they don't have to do anything a whole lot different to expect to move the chains.
So the score was a 16-0 score early, very quickly.
In the first 6 minutes.
And then Dos Palos had battled back and had gotten closer, and now it's back to that 16-point deficit, only this time it's 30-14. Low snap. Aguilar hands it to Jackson. Jackson cuts back up against the grain, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line.
All right. Oh, boy.
Oh, come on! Come on, ref! Come on, ref! Legal motion against Shafter.
I'll let these Shafter fans.
Yeah. The headline was there. The head linesman is on the Corcoran sideline, and fortunately, he probably can't hear a lot of what's being said. The life of an official.
Oh, boy. 1st and 15. That was against the Generals. Aguilar fires, and it is caught out there by Enriquez and takes a hit right at the very end of it.
And got out of bounds, so that was big for the Generals.
Well, the clock's still rolling.
It looked like he waved it out of bounds. They're going to fix it, yeah. Clock operator missed the signal. Should put about 13 seconds back on that thing.
Second one.
For those of you that are wondering what I'm chuckling at, there's quite the atmosphere at Shafter. The public address announcer has a very folksy, homespun approach to it. But right below him, he has some vociferous football moms, and all led by example from their very vocal head coach. When they saw some seconds ticking off the clock, they are letting everybody know that they want those seconds back.
And they're getting them back. The officials are doing the right thing. There they go.
The
All
clock
right.
operator getting a round of applause. Doesn't happen very often in football, but he got one now. 2nd and 1. 1:32 to go here in the half. Aguilar fakes the pass, keeps it, runs right up the middle of the football field, hurdles a player, and that's the big noise you hear. He hopped right over Maximus Gaona.
Boy, watch his Max Preps highlights. It's just be amazing. I mean, every game I've seen him play, he just puts on a display and does something new and amazing. Fun to watch Alex Aguilar.
Boy, that was special.
His arm, his leg, his brains, the whole package.
Triple set out here on the left side.
That bunch set makes it more difficult to play man-to-man coverage.
Aguilar rolls over there, has his man open if he wants. Will he throw it? He does not. Still on his feet, still looking for some yardage. And look at this, flag on the play though. There's a flag up on the 26-yard line. A lot of flags, lots and lots.
Yeah,
Coach Perucci's giving it the decline sign.
Might have had defensive holding in that territory. a lot of people over here should probably go to classes and become officials because they seem to know everything that should be called.
Great idea, Rich. It's a great idea.
They're always looking for people with good eyes to fill those spots.
Well, Coach, you had it. You called it defensive holding on Dos Palos, so that's going to give even more incentive for this general offense to try to get in the end zone. They just decline so they can keep all that first down yardage.
All right, a couple other people having fun with them now. They got to get the chains sorted out here.
Oh, boy, what a fun night.
The chains are, they get your chains straightened up. That's the head lineman's job. That's why he's got the head next to his lineman name. And there they go.
Okay, 1st and 10, 1:12 remains. Aguilar takes the snap, rolls to his right. Oh, has a man wide open. Wide open. And it's caught by Chacon.
They are saying just short of the first down, so the clock runs. Okay, now they stopped it because of the first down.
And timeout was called. They did not get the first downs, or did they?
So they're moving the chains. They were late to call that and late to move the chains, so Perucci elected to call a timeout. I think if they'd have realized it was a first down, again, the head lineman's back was to the marker, so he couldn't necessarily see it to kill the clock there. But
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, 59 seconds to go here in the half. 30-14, Shafter up by 16. And starting to get a bit nippy tonight. Finally starting to get that chill that lasts all evening long. I know my kids in the morning, Dad, turn the heater on.
First game I've called not wearing shorts, I think, this year.
Dr. Cornford in his jeans.
Yeah, don't wear jeans often.
Don't forget to head to Shafter Napa for any car parts that you need.
Okay, timeout is over. Coach Perucci called it no matter what. No matter what was happening on the far side with the chains or the line or the call, they said timeout, let's regroup. Strong left side in the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers down there. Aguilar has Avila next to him. He rolls to his left. Flag on the play, and it is an incomplete play. And that one was going to be called right down here by
Flag on the play.
the line judge next to us.
Illegal procedure against Shafter.
Illegal procedure on Shafter. The players explaining themselves to the line judge.
All right, well, 1st and 15, you're probably right on the edge of field goal range for your Shafters. So I think with this much time left, with a timeout left, they're going to be real aggressive. Go for the touchdown.
Aguilar wants to throw, does throw, incomplete, no flags.
Pass intended for number 19, Isaac Enriquez.
Well, they were aggressive, but Tyree Martin over there, he can run. We've seen him run that kickoff back for a touchdown. He really did a good job covering that receiver and cutting off the angle there.
It was intended for Isaac Enriquez. That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
This is a spot where Shafter really likes Jackson Sanchez. Like I said earlier, 13 touchdowns on the year. Great route runner. He and Aguilar on the same page mentally.
Officials timeout. So it feels like it's been under 2 minutes to go in this half for quite some time. Now an officials discussion. All right, we're back at it again.
Dos Palos showing man coverage.
Aguilar keeps, nothing to do but go down there on the far hash.
Aguilar, the keeper.
And with a 30-14 lead on now what's going to be about a 3rd and 15. Clock still ticking, 25 and counting. Aguilar takes the snap, throws one to the back corner. That probably will be caught. And if it's not, no flags.
Yeah, he had a step on him. Looked like there might have been contact a little bit early, but no flags on the play.
Coach Perucci just livid.
So you're looking at about a 32-yard field goal.
No sign of any field goal unit.
Or
Coach
37-yard field
gave
goal.
a signal, Rich. And Aguilar already has it. So 4th and 15. Aguilar wants to throw, fires over here, and it is caught by Chacon. Chacon makes one good move, and he's roughed up and pushed out of bounds at about the 11. So no first down, no touchdown, and it's going to be Dos Palos football, and at least they hold off that score.
Yeah, good start. Good stop for the Broncos.
12 seconds to go in the half.
I would expect them just to take a knee here, take it into halftime.
I think so. Deep in their own territory. They're up 16.
Pretty even game if you take out the first 6 minutes of it.
You're so right.
Shafter being a prevent in defense here. Alex Aguilar playing deep middle.
Yeah, I was going to say they might give it that look for just a second, but now Merrill will take that snap and he's going to go down, and that'll do it for the first half. 30-14, exciting football game. A lot left on the table when we come back in the 3rd quarter. Enjoy halftime. We'll be back in a few on KernHighNetwork.com.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think. Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
Competition show. The band will be performing at their last field show competition tomorrow night at Stockdale High School. They'll be competing against the likes of North High School, Miramonte, Taft High School. Their competition show is entitled Ka, a Cirque du Soleil Experience. Their music is based on the Cirque du Soleil show now currently playing at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Their movements include storm, flight, pursuit, and battlefield. Drum major in our brand new uniform, is your band ready? up this uniform a bit. So you see Travis on the stand there. That is the new Shafter High band uniform, and they're still about $6,000 shy of where they need to get those bought. So if we've got some generous sponsors in the crowd on either side, comes in here.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
From California's largest Buick GMC dealership, Motor City, check out these incredible customer reviews. Quote, it was a completely painless process. We highly recommend Motor City GMC to family and friends. Quote, next time I'm in need of a new or used vehicle, I'll definitely come back to Motor City. Ready for a professional grade experience?
This is where you want to be.
Welcome to the city, Motor City.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to Kevin Willie for handling the camera so all of you could enjoy the Shafter High School Marching General Band and Bugle Corps. Thank you, Kevin. And Kevin, tomorrow night, special announcement, hot breaking news for all of our marching band fans out there. Tomorrow afternoon, 4-ish, 4:30, right around there, the celebrated Stockdale High School marching band competition will be covered again. We always get big requests for that. It will be covered again. Kevin will be manning that, and that is going to start tomorrow, roughly 4:30 for the late action, the big action, and Kevin will be there. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that's going to be a nice one. And all the bigs and the bests and the littles and the bests will all be there tomorrow for the Stockdale High School marching band competition. And that's going to be covered by Kern High Network. Kevin will handle all of that. And that's going to be awesome, dude. Thank you. Well, Coach, 30-14. You and I were able to kind of huddle up downstairs where it was exactly 1 degree warmer. Not a big, warm, cozy environment down there. Who out there that is watching this can text one of their family members or friends at Shafter and bring Vance up some chocolate? Let's see if we can use live streaming and social networking to work.
Every sport, every student, every athlete. We have what you
So before we get into this third quarter, you were mentioning something. You might neither confirm nor deny this, but something about a wager that you have with Dennis Manning, head coach at Ridgeview High School. What's happening tomorrow, Coach? You and Manning have something going?
Well, the big game of the weekend is Baylor versus Iowa State. And I'm a Baylor alum, and I got a daughter who's a senior there at Baylor. And Ridgeview has sent quite a few guys to Iowa State. It's kind of been a pipeline. And so Dennis has got his guys, and I've got my former roommate's son plays on the Baylor team. So I'll be anxiously watching that game.
Is it possible to discuss what the wager is, or just want to keep that between gentlemen?
Well, it's it's lunch at wherever the other guy wants to go. So,
whoa.
And if you've ever seen me eat, you realize that could get a nice little bill.
Manny's not shy of a meal either.
No, he's not.
So, if you win, no matter what, it's going to be a big day. If Manny wins or Cornford wins, there's going to be a lot of carbohydrates finished at that meal. Well, best of luck to you tomorrow. I'll be thinking about you. I had an interest in that game. Now I have an even more vested interest to know that two of the patriarchal coaching decision makers in our community have a big wager on a big game. A lot of great football coming up. It's that time of year where every Saturday is a big Saturday. So the Renegades, by the way, our local college football team is going to be on the road against the #1 College of the Canyons. That's going to be in Valencia. And I'm hearing that might be a little chilly as well. Oof.
Well, I used to coach at Wasco 5 years in the SSL, and you always look to see where the Tehachapi game was and what time of year. Because, boy, they're nothing like those Tehachapi Friday nights when that wind's blowing. And if you're the guy that happens to be stuck up in the crow's nest trying to call offense, it is an experience.
I remember calling a game. Kevin was with us. We were up at Tehachapi, and it was bone-chilling cold, and they had my partner Brian Adams and I up in a scissor lift, and it wasn't one of those big scissor lifts where you could walk around and put a barbecue on. It was one of these tiny little scissor lifts that we could barely fit on. We were crunched up next to each other. We had our microphones and our controls, and that wind started to blow. We were up at about 40-50 feet, however high we were up, and that thing started to go back and forth and back and forth. And I'm calling this game, and Brian Adams is looking at me and he goes, "What? Get us down. Who cares?" And I said, "Hey, man, it's show business, man."
That's dedication.
Not that cold tonight, but it is brisk and it is festive as we get closer to Thanksgiving. So here we go. Second half action about to start right now. And Dos Palos will kick it off to Shafter. Of all people, Aguilar's going to take it at the 20. He's looking for some space now, looks down the far right side of the football field and goes out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Your thoughts on that first half, Rich?
Well, after the first 6 minutes, you're thinking, oh, my goodness, Dos Palos is in some trouble. It was 16-0. Dos Palos had snapped the ball 6 times, fumbled twice, had a punt block. Shafter had the ball short field each time, and it really looked like it was going to be carried away. Since that point, both teams have really played even. Dos Palos' defense, when they forced Shafter to go on a long field, has been pretty stout, and then they've been explosive with a couple plays on offense and then one on special teams.
Aguilar and company out at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 to start off this third quarter. Quickly tosses one out, incomplete, and it was intended out there for Marco Rodriguez, and he has an interception and 2 touchdowns to his credit in the first half, but that's incomplete.
Yeah, good idea to try and get it to the hot hand there to start the half. Haven't seen a ton of Jackson Sanchez tonight. He's typically the main receiver here offensively, but Shafter's been pretty balanced. Similar motion here.
Rodriguez in motion. They give it to Rodriguez. He's looking to get outside, and he gets to about the 40-yard line. And will that be a late hit? And it is.
Yeah, not a whole lot of doubt about that one. He's clearly been knocked out of bounds, and it wasn't a vicious hit, but enough of a hit to draw a flag.
And if you're going to lay a hit late, right?
Get your money's worth, I guess, huh? They were all 15 yards.
Right, so. And it's going to go, obviously, against Dos Palos. So they start this third quarter like they did the first quarter with some big mistakes, some big miscues.
Yeah, where that one really hurts is, it gives them a first down on what would have been about 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, and if they could have got a stop right here off the bat and got decent field position, but let Shafter roll, get that first down, which is always the most important.
Hand off to Pedro Avila, and Avila just crunches up yards to the 27-yard line. Wow, strong running Pedro.
Yeah, again, the biggest, toughest 145-pounder I know, I think. Right up the gut, breaking tackles. I bet he's a good wrestler.
hats off to these Shafter cheerleaders. Boy, just fantastic job. 1st and 10. Aguilar. Hooks up with Enriquez. That's going to be a touchdown. That is a beautiful, beautiful pass. Set up perfectly. The blocking scheme was just sublime, and he had a massive lane to just basically jog to the end zone. Touchdown, Shafter.
Well, that's a tunnel screen, and we had the perfect view of the tunnel that opened up for him over there. Really well executed by Shafter there. And, that takes every player out there. Good throw by the quarterback, nice catch, but great blocking by both the receivers and the offensive line to make that thing work.
Here's the PAT. Baruch Valencia puts it up and kind of floats it in there. A little sand wedge. Got in there and got it over. So 37-14. Now a 23-point deficit for Dos Palos to work out of. And as this evening gets colder and colder, that score gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and again, that we see that penalty, give them a free first down, and then converting there on that great tunnel screen. You don't want to play the shoulda, woulda, coulda games, but boy, those personal fouls come back and haunt you. Shafter's good enough offensively that you don't need to do them any favors.
For access to scores, rosters, schedules, leaderboards, and more. MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports. Don't forget to stand.
We want to thank the United States Army, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Motor City, and Tony's Pizza.
Dos Palos needs to keep this game close. They're not a team that can just win it solely by throwing. Sometimes they can hit you with the big play, but they've got to be able to mix in the run and the pass to do that. So this will be a big drive for them to try and stay in the game, as didn't even take Shafter 45 seconds to score here to open the half.
You're so right. To stay in it, it's got to happen now.
They can still work their style of offense, but they got to be consistent.
Flag on the kickoff.
And I don't think I'd be kicking the ball anywhere near Tyree Martin again after what he did on the last one.
They did the same exact kick as well, just kind of a little 9-iron.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Dos Palos is kind of expecting that. They got Tyree on one side and Ronald Johnson on the other. Both of them are really dangerous, but they're playing that, right at about the 40-yard line here. So I'm thinking with all those guys up, I'm going to kick it deep and take my chance with that guy.
Absolutely. Well, now we see Zane Merrill. He gets between the hashes at the 25.
If you want to pooch it, try to pooch it to about the 25-yard line so somebody has to back up to catch it. There's
this
the deep
time
one.
they hammer it, and that's going to go out of bounds, and the flag flies.
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
If I'm Dos Palos, I tell them to kick it again.
Yeah, why not?
Their best play of the first half was a kickoff return. Make these guys keep kicking it, but it looks like they'll take it at about the 40, which is not bad field position, but I always like swinging for the home run. Oh, no, I think they are going to make them kick it again.
Of course. Crowd getting restless, more restless than they already have been this evening. A vocal, fun, knowledgeable crowd out here. Friendly faces.
So what you want to do on these pooch kicks is you want to put it up high, but you also would like it to find the ground, and bounce funny, mess up any kind of return that they might have.
So now you have Tyree Martin at the 40-yard line and Zane Merrill now at the 20. So here's a boot. They take it at the 20 on the far side. Can anything happen out of it? And not much. And they wrap him up. That's Dustin Elrod, the senior. All of that to the 40-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, Shafter did a good job of kicking it to a guy not numbered 21, 22, or 10. Anybody but those guys touch it, I think you can tackle them. But those three guys are the most dangerous guys on the field for Dos Palos.
Great young people in the communities we've served. and the CIF, dedicated to supporting.
All right, now, so Dos Palos we talked about, they've got to stay on schedule. They've got to avoid the penalties. They've got to be able to run the ball some to set up the pass.
Okay, quarterback. Oh, boy.
A flag on the play.
Michael Merrill unable to get the offense started again, and it is false start.
That penalty is for a false start against Dos Palos. It's going to make it 1st and 15.
You're right, that far line judge. He's going to get iced. He's going to get iced tonight. Takes the snap, Shafter all over him. Merrill floats it out, and it looks like it'll be caught, and it is. And it's going to be 42-yard line. Nice play out there. Good catch again by Dustin Elrod.
Yeah, found some good space over there. You know, really, the most important steps for a wide receiver are those first three. You really want to be able to drive that defensive back backwards, and then he ran a nice out route and was open on that. And quarterback did a good job getting them the ball on time.
2nd and 6.
See if they go under center or shotgun here. Beginning of the year, they were more of a spread offense, and then just more recently, they had much more success when they went and became an I formation offense.
2nd and 6. Pitch out to Johnson. Johnson looking to get outside. He's had a little success tonight with that, but this time Shafter all over him, no gain.
Really nice pursuit there by the general defense. Inside out by the linebackers. Inside linebacker number 11, Joey Sanchez. Really good job of, as an inside backer, you want to pursue that thing and let the running back be slightly outside you, and eventually when he makes that cut, you're there to clean him up. That's exactly what Sanchez did on that.
And he's got some more work ahead of him. It's actually 3rd and 4. Scoreboard's got it right now, 3rd and 4. And for all intents and purposes, this is the biggest third down of the game for the Broncos. They need to get it. Oh, and they do not. So Dos Palos comes up short there, and they're going to give the football back to the Generals with 10:10 remaining in the third quarter. Yikes.
Yeah, they're sending their punt team out there. You know, that was funny. That one, you had Zane Merrill, 6'4", 174, being covered by Pedro Avila, 5'3", 145 in there. But Pedro did a good job of cutting off the receiver and not allowing him to get to the football where it was thrown.
So now the ever-present and dangerous Jackson Sanchez standing back at his 20. I don't see the punt getting that far. He might be able to run up on it. It's a high one. He calls fair catch immediately and takes it at the 26-yard line. We'll take a no. We'll stay here. We'll stay here.
Well, that one, you know, again, close to getting blocked. He's only 10 yards back. Typically in high school, you'll have him between 12 and 15. He's 10 yards back, and he takes a couple big steps in, so he's only launching that ball, what we call the launch point, from about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We saw the first one blocked, and, boy, it's dangerous. Each one has been really close. Nothing changes the game quicker than a blocked punt. Baylor blocked a punt against Oklahoma State last week for a touchdown, which turned the tide of that game and allowed the Bears to pull off the upset.
A lot of football ahead of us still. 37-14, 10:04 to go in this third quarter. This game has been stopped many, many, many times for infractions on both sides of the football. Jackson Sanchez in motion, runs right in front of Aguilar. Aguilar hands it to Avila. Avila, one beautiful spin move. Now looking to get to the outside. Avila the 40, Avila the 50. Avila cuts back up, swings at the defender. And Avila took a swipe at Maximus Gaona, who came in for the hit. So that was a stiff arm times 10.
Well, Walter Payton had the saying, never die easy, you know. And Avila, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to beat you to the punch, like I said. You know, at 145 pounds, he's so physical a runner. He's going to finish every run, get every inch that he can out there, and you love that as a coach, a guy that competes like that.
1st and 10. Sanchez trying to get out there and block for Avila. Avila gets around the corner, and he's off to the races, cuts back upfield, brought down about the 21-yard line. Here come the Generals.
Yeah, and you just see the Generals have so many weapons that they can beat you with. I mean, they got the best quarterback in the area. They've got a receiving core that's dangerous, and they've got a runner, and it's a little different than last year. Last year they didn't quite have the running game other than Aguilar. Wow, nice block.
Hey, Shafter. And we've been talking about not calling his number that often tonight. That doesn't mean he's not out there doing what he does. Jackson Sanchez with the touchdown, and now Shafter's starting to get things really rolling here with 9.5 to go in the third quarter.
And when Shafter rolls, they can roll you. They can do it really quick. And a hats off to Marco Rodriguez for throwing an outstanding block there to spring him. So Shafter.
Flag after the PAT. Now we're at that point, Rich, where we're going to have to make sure we keep some cool heads out there, but it looks as though by the early signs that Herbert Sanders, the big fella for Dos Palos, got called for something after the play, and it is going to be.
So we saw Shafter come out very fast offensively and defensively in the first half, put up 16 points in the first 6 minutes, and here we see him come out, put up 14 really quick points in the first 2.5 minutes of this half.
9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the
Any more scores, Coach?
Yeah, I got a few updates. Let's see. We've got Bakersfield 23, Bullard 6. Liberty 28, Clovis 7.
Wow.
Tulare Union 14, Garces 0. Frontier 10, Santa Maria Rigetti 20. Kingsburg 21, West 0. Bakersfield Christian 21, Highland 0. Wasco 14, Porterville 0. Porterville's the number 1 seed in Division 4, and Wasco up on them by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, boy.
And then also in Division 5 here, Arvin 13, Kennedy 17. So the Arvin Bears playing tough.
Petroleum for being one of our local sponsors this season. We really appreciate it.
30-point lead for the Generals.
They're backing the Generals up there.
The penalty was... I'm very confused. They marched the ball back against Shafter. I'm not really aware of why they did that. I missed something. But be that as it may, it's 30 points that Shafter's ahead of. Here comes a sand wedge to the 40-yard line. And collected in there, and Maximus Gaona.
Maximus Gaona on the carry, brought down by number 12.
His forward progress brought him up the 48-yard line, so they're just shy of midfield. And with 9:28 to go in the third, they have a lot of ground to make up. 44-14, Shafter all over Dos Palos.
Dos Palos offense is not really made to put that many points on the board that quickly. They like to run first, pass second.
48-yard line.
Shafter going to likely play a defense that prevents the big play here.
They split out on both sides.
So they're getting out of their I formation, going into shotgun spread.
It's a handoff here to the near side. Not doing much there. They give it to Isaac Adams. Adams picks up about a yard just in that sweep down here to the near side.
Shafter playing man-to-man coverage there. No safety deep versus that spread set. So we did see Dos Palos try to take advantage of man coverage earlier by throwing one up, but it got intercepted. Let's see if they take a shot here and who they try to go after. Like the matchup here at the bottom with Zane Morrell at 6'4".
Going up against Chacon. Oh, it's a different look as quarterback. A big gain out there by Isaac Adams, but wouldn't you know it, the huge gain's probably going to get called back, and it's going to be a flag. And if you're the Dos Palos coaching staff or Kevin Jones and your guys, thinking goodness.
Number 7, Leo Fernandez.
And everybody's marching back this way.
Yeah, that's hurt.
Coach Jones is giving it to him just like Perucci does.
Yeah.
Looks like that cost him about 10 yards.
Oh, boy.
It's a double dinger. You know, it's a 10-yard loss, but when you had a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, you're right, Coach.
So,
you're right.
And really, they're saying that it occurred in the backfield, so that marks back 14 yards.
Ooh. What could have been 1st and 10 from the Shafter 30 is now 2nd and forever at their own 36. So again, shotgun for Miller. He wants to hurl one up. He does. He floats it, and it is going to be a flag as Chacon was trying to guard Zane Merrill out there, and Merrill needs to get back over to the sidelines. Don't hurt your team.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, we're trying to take advantage of Merrill's frame over there and put one up high. And it looks like they're going to call that against Dos Palos.
Oh, boy. Or are they? Well, they're marching it back now. Dos Palos, they can't believe it. I think they all just assumed that it was pass interference on Shafter. And we have had an enormous amount of flags tonight.
They're discussing it right now. Just my 2 cents worth. It looked like the defender hadn't turned around for it. Merrill was trying to get to the ball. I thought usually I'm a defensive guy, so I like it when they call offensive pass interference. But I thought that was, if anything, on the defense. But what do I know? Shafter fans are happy.
I still don't know what the call is.
Pass interference. It's going to make it. Our math says
2nd and a mile.
37.
So 2nd and a long ways. And again, the clock stopped. 8:21 left in the 3rd. 30-point lead for the Generals.
I think if I was Dos Palos, I would put Merrill just by himself and throw one up.
Here's another one he lobs up there, and this one is incomplete. No flags.
We saw him in the first half go to that quads formation, the little diamond, and throw one up. Oh, and the Dos Palos bench just got a penalty. That will bring up 3rd and about a quarter mile. You know, you can really, they say you can throw a flag on every play, and tonight we've just about seen it. But the coach wanted a flag thrown there. Felt like the safety bumped his guy while his guy was going for the ball. Tough job to be an official, I'll tell you that. You're never going to make everybody happy.
My only concern really, Rich, is that I have to leave for the Canyons at about 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, so I don't know if this game will look at this. Look at this.
You know, I might just count this in fathoms.
So third and a long ways. Third and half a football field, frankly.
Yeah, that's a. Don't know if you have a play on your play sheet to do that. And I think the PA announcer just plagiarized your call there.
Boy, oh boy. He did lift that, didn't he? And on a keeper, Merrill gets it to about the 18.
Oh,
and a flag. And another flag right over here in front of the officials. Coach Perucci, now he's lost his cool too. Coach Perucci dressing down Jackson Sanchez quite aggressively. So 8:04 remaining here in the third. And this is turned into not the best looking football game now.
I know Coach Kevin Jones trying to separate Michael Merrill, the original quarterback, from whatever was gone over there. Coach Perucci talking to Jackson Sanchez.
Personal foul, and they're offsetting because there was one on Shafter as well, and that should bring up fourth down, right?
Offsetting penalties.
Or they do the down over.
Yeah, no, it was post play, so the play counted. It'll be fourth and a fifth of a mile.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I think we're back to 4th and 47.
All right. It's amazing if you're on the Dos Palos punt team and you don't realize that you should be out there right now.
Okay, well, we figured this out. Ladies, look and check your purses. I've got some keys up here that turned up in the ladies' room. So if you're missing your keys, come on up and we'll do some trivia and we'll find out if they're yours.
Everybody's out there but the punter. Hey, punter, it's 4th and 42. I think we're going to punt it.
So now Dos Palos, I don't believe they have all their guys.
They're missing a lineman too.
But they're going to just say, forget it, just punt it. And they're going to have to burn a timeout. They don't have all the guys on the field. This has become really hard to watch. Really hard to watch.
Well, he's beating himself up over there.
So if you're a Dos Palos Broncos fan, you've watched your team get on a hot streak and win 6 out of the last 7 convincingly, and then come down the road to Shafter and get in trouble early, look as though you might be able to get out of it and then get back in trouble. And now this third quarter has taken a long time to get just to the 7:23 mark. We're not even halfway through the third quarter, and this has been struggle.
Yeah, really no pace to the game.
The punt is not a bad one, and it bounces into Shafter territory, and it'll go down about the 40-yard line.
Looks like it rolled dead there around the 40-yard line. It's going to be Shafter's 1st and 10 from there.
All right, Shafter General's been hot here on offense, putting 2 quick touchdowns on the board. We say quick, time on the clock-wise quick. Time in our lifespan's a little bit longer.
Our local sponsors, along with Pacific Tire.
Rich, I haven't experienced anything quick since the third quarter started. This has been a very, very long third quarter, and there's 7:12 left.
And CNC Printing.
Ay, Coach Cornford.
We really appreciate our local sponsors.
Well, Be interesting if Shafter puts another one on the board here if they start a running clock.
Ball's at the 40. Aguilar to Avila.
And to Pedro Avila.
You know, I've heard a running back described once as a rolling ball of butcher knives, and that's a pretty apt description for Avila. He's just, you know, knees are chopping.
That's going to be second 8 from the.
Oh, he's down right now.
He took a big hit at the end of it, and we're going to take a timeout, and we'll come back here on KernHighNetwork.com.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing.
All right, good to see Avila back up. 2nd and 8. Aguilar, screenplay, incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's some of the scores, Coach.
All right, in Division 1, we've got Fresno Bullard 6, Bakersfield High 30.
Whoa.
Clovis 7, Liberty 35. In Division 2, Garces 17, hanging with Tulare Union 27. That game's in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
Frontier 10, Santa Maria Rigetti 26. Division 3, West High 7, Kingsburg 35. Highland 7, Bakersfield Christian 42.
Oh, boy.
And Wasco extending the lead to 20-0 over number 1 Porterville.
Porterville might go down tonight. Incomplete on that 3rd and 8, so just like that, Shafter will punt.
And about 40 seconds went off the clock during that drive.
How about this? In 37 seconds, we'll be halfway through the 3rd quarter. What are you laughing at? Yeah, sure. Sure. 4th and 8, Generals will punt. It's a high boomer, and it's fumble, ball on the ground. Oh, flag.
Yeah, I don't think they gave him a whole lot of room to make that catch there.
Boy. I don't know, Rick. I think when they watch this on tape, they may feel like they did give him enough. We'll see, but a couple of flags came out.
Those flags on the field are for fair catch interference.
Boy.
All right, the good news for Dos Palos is not much time has gone off the clock here. They get a couple 2-point conversions, and it's so tough for them without the ability to really run the ball, and they get back into their I formation. This is what they're best at. If they can get a couple first downs, then maybe go after the big play.
Fumble, ball's on the ground. Look out. And now he gets rammed back to about the 27-yard line. And Michael Merrill having a word with the White Hat saying, boy, it sure took a long time to get that whistle blown. I think that's what he was telling the official.
Yeah, and we've seen Dos Palos have trouble with the exchanges here a couple times now. We saw it a lot early on. So they're in a situation that they're all too familiar with. It's second and very long.
Last series, it was 3rd and 47. If you can wrap your head around that. Now it's 2nd and 18. The ball's at their own 40. We're under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Merrill floats one out to the far side. Nothing doing there. Big, strong tackle.
Pass complete to number 19, Jared Jones, brought down
Marco Rodriguez.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you can start to see some stuff going on there. Big, strong tackle at the end, and a Dos Palos player came in at the end, and it's unfortunately to that point now where with the differentials on point being 30, that nothing is going to be gained by personal fouls on either side. Not that there really ever is, but if it's a short, my point is if you're within 3 or 6 points.
Yeah, I think the officials did a good job of breaking that up and not having to throw a flag on it. But
oh boy,
tempers have flared a little bit.
3rd and 21. Johnson stands in the backfield behind Merrill. They go to Johnson. Johnson, nice move. And he's going to pick up a first down and a great run. And let's look. No flags. No flags. Big, strong, boy, with a talented, gifted runner, and it seems like he can just peel off 50-yarders whenever he wants.
Well, he's been averaging 7 yards a carry. Ronald Johnson averages 9 for him. So they got guys that can, make big plays, but they've just hurt themselves with poor execution on both their blocking and then their exchanges that put them behind the chains so bad.
1st and 10. Alder in motion. To the left side of Johnson. Johnson goes off the big block and makes a couple of nice moves. And wow, he gets up to the 20-yard line, close to a first down. It'll be second and just under a yard.
And that's been their best plays have been when they've been going wide out there. And if they don't get a holding call called on them, they've proven that they can move the ball in chunks by doing that.
2nd and 1 officially. 4.5 to go here in the third. 44-14.
On the 20-yard line.
Rotating Merrill out at quarterback, it looks like. So I'm not sure who came in for him.
It looks like the big fella. Whatever, either way, they're pitching it to Johnson, and Johnson makes another cut and gets out to about the 10-yard line. Flags everywhere. The quarterback is Trent Calvert, the freshman, wears number 35. Flags on the play, flags after the play.
I wonder, do officials get paid overtime? I know we don't. But maybe we have to negotiate for that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul after the play. So that great run will get negated and brought back to the 26-yard line.
All right, in their I formation, still have the freshman at quarterback.
Hands off to Martin. Martin wrapped up at the 25, no gain, and a flag.
Number 21, Tyree Martin, brought down by Shafter's number 22, Andres Tenise.
Well, don't really have a whole lot to say.
Coach Perucci now getting on the officials about the amount of penalties. Face mask on the Generals.
Face mask against Shafter. Looks like a first down goes Palos.
.350 to go in the third quarter. Now 1st and 10 for Dos Palos.
Be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
And the quarterback, Calvert, looks like he wants to throw, but he won't be able to. Tough kid to bring down, but it is a loss. And the ball is on the ground. They're going to say no, he was down.
Yeah, really late whistle, though. You know, good. Hats off to Shafter. They're going to keep going after that ball, but he was wrapped up pretty good. And late whistles by the officials there.
Is there a flag?
I think they're just upset that they let their quarterback get hammered like that.
Because the clock has stopped.
It's moving again now. So a couple steps forward, couple steps back, kind of been the mode of operation for the Dos Palos offense.
2nd and 15. Elder in motion. Talbot pitches it out to Johnson. Oh, Martin makes a nice move, delivers a hit at the end of the run, but just not fast enough to get outside the speed of Jackson Sanchez. So under 3 to go here in the third quarter.
Now you're going to be faced with the 3rd and long with a freshman wearing number 35 at quarterback. Not really the ideal situation.
A freshman wearing number 35. Coach, you're the best.
3rd and 16.
So officially 3rd and 16. Under 2.5 to go in the third.
And they've been in worse situations. But again, maybe look for the big tight end, Morrell, across the middle on a post route.
Calvert pitches to Johnson. The ball's on the ground. And it's recovered by Dos Palos mercifully. And the big fella falls on it. That's one Carlos Orozco. But now it's 4th and long. The ball's marked at the 25. So be an ultra long field goal and really an unnecessary punt. So Calvert will jog in.
My guess is diamond formation right, 3 flies up. Just catch the ball from the shotgun and release it. Hope for the best.
That's not how they break. Their tight end, Zane Merrill, is on the left side. A running back on each side of Calvert now. Calvert going to get pressure. Fires. Ball is knocked down, incomplete. And it'll be 1st and 10 Shafter. And they came after the freshman quarterback. So it'll be Shafter. They hold them. 1:16 left in the third. Up 30, and now they'll get the football back.
And expect Perucci to keep the pedal down. All gas, no brakes. They're going to try and put this thing away here and score again as quickly as possible.
Great young people in the communities we serve. Les Schwab Tires and the CIF.
Hopefully keep it on the ground.
You know, watching them in the past, they're going to keep doing what they've been doing. They'll throw it, they'll run it. They're not going to get conservative.
Aguilar rolls to his left, stops, throws, perfect route, perfect pass, caught out there by the ever dependable Jackson Sanchez.
Yeah, really nice route, really nice timing. Good job by Aguilar rolling to his left, flipping his shoulders there and throwing a strike. He does a lot of things really well. You can tell, very well coached, very athletic kid.
1st and 10, ball's at the 44. Under a minute to go. Aguilar this time out to Sanchez again. Sanchez coming down the backside. Stays inbounds.
Jackson Sanchez looks like he picked up about 8 yards on that.
Be 2nd and 2. And they now find themselves inside Dos Palos territory. Half a minute to go in the third. Where's my hot chocolate?
Yeah. Be nice right about now just to put your hands around to keep them warm.
I thought you had the ultimate connections everywhere we went, Rich, like every field that we go to.
Well, remember I coached at Wasco.
Yeah, that's the reason I have my hot chocolate. Aguilar looks down the far side. Oh, for a second I thought he just let it go. And oh, goodness. Flag over there, flag right here. So
Like he picked up a first down.
Aguilar was hit very close to another flag on the sidelines over there. Now they're talking and throwing punches. And of all things, the one guy that comes out of the pile over there is Alex Aguilar. With 8 seconds to go in the third, we're stopped again.
Well, you know, Shafter's got the best player probably in town, best player in Division 5. You know, in a game like this, you'd hate for him to be taken out on some kind of a cheap shot or something like that. One more score does make this thing a running clock, which probably appeals to you, but I do think I might get the man out.
Oh boy, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a conundrum. You want to continue to prepare, and now all of a sudden it's getting feisty over here. A player's coming over to get in Perucci's face. That's Armando Valencia. Now the head coach for Dos Palos coming out. Ugly football, ugly football.
Yeah, he's going to take his guy out, I think.
Seconds to go in the third quarter, and everything's come to a screeching halt. The third quarter itself is coming up on the 1 hour mark. We kicked off the second half at 8:34, and it's now 9:24, so we're at the 50-minute mark for the third quarter. And Coach Perucci having a word with his generals. Personal foul on Shafter. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Dos Palos. Ejection.
We got some offsetting penalties.
Really unfortunate, really uncalled for.
So the one thing, you know, that Shafter's, they've got this game in hand here. You do not want to lose a guy to an ejection. And that ejection was against Dos Palos. But I know Perucci's got to be very nervous for his own guys.
How about this? You've got Coach Perucci and Coach Kevin Jones out there talking to each other. That's got to be an uncomfortable discussion to be lectured by the white hat.
Doing the right thing where we live and work. Thank you for coming out and supporting the CIF and our great young people.
So many of the vociferous Shafter fans wanting to tab the officials for most of the culture that's taken place this evening. That's what I'm hearing below me. And we have a whole nother quarter of football. I know what some of you may be thinking that are watching this. Hey, not too long ago at a community college game, pretty close to here, an entire quarter was called.
Yeah.
So now Coach Perucci is going to get together with his team, and the Dos Palos Broncos have been called together by their head coaching staff. And there's more of a discussion by the white hat and some representatives from Dos Palos. What a shame.
Yeah, you just hate for it to get to this. Both sides have been frustrated with the amount of flags thrown, and obviously for some of these Dos Palos kids, it's going to be the last game of their high school career, and that leads to a lot of frustration. Over there for Shafter, they had their quarterback cheap shotted there on that Dos Palos sideline, so they're going to come to his rescue.
Oh, boy.
Can't we all just get along?
8 seconds to go in the third quarter. And we're coming close to the 1 hour mark for this third quarter. Just trying to keep you abreast of all the pertinent facts and bits of information out here in Shafter. But thank goodness it's a nice 75-degree breeze out here. We can catch some rays. It's all good. Oh, man. And after all of that, of course, with only 8 seconds left, they blow the whistle, and that's the end of the third quarter. 44-14, back with the fourth quarter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking.
Okay, we start the fourth quarter, and the Generals try to air it out on a 2nd and 7. Had a man wide open, and Chacon couldn't get it. Aguilar just overthrew him, and we are at a 44-14 scoreboard.
Yeah, like I said, Shafter doesn't really change a whole lot in these situations. They're pretty consistent. They're going to keep being aggressive.
This time on the ground, and it's given to Nelson Hernandez. Hernandez.
Handoff to number 20, Nelson Hernandez picks up a first down for Shafter. That's going to be Shafter's 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Coach Perucci getting on Hernandez there. He's filling in for Pedro Avila, who went out a little bit earlier, but just tell him, just play the game. We don't need extra gestures. You're not Ezekiel Elliott.
Windows or door, wall build, call SL Pain Construction. Their offices are located right here in Shafter on the corner of
1st and 10.
At the Shafter 4th Theater.
Aguilar now has that triple bunch way out to the left side. He wants to uncork one. He does. And it is caught for a touchdown, a diving catch, touchdown. Marco Rodriguez, number 3 for Marco.
Well, Marco having a humongous night. Came in with 31 receptions and 387 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight, an interception, key block on a different touchdown. So, senior, that's the way you play. And they are running the clock now, or he had signaled for it to be run, and it is running. Small victories.
Don't tease me, Rich. Don't tease me. 50-14. The PAT, it's up, and it is good. Flags flying.
And the clock continues to run while they discuss.
They wave it off.
How about them apples? Yeah, it was just an inadvertent reflex to throw that flag.
Hey, that's all I need is some stuff guy from the peanut gallery weighing in now. I've got Kevin Willie, our cameraman, our director producer, Miguel Garcia, trying to plan ahead and beat the cold, trying to give out the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game award with 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Nice try, Mike. Although your suggestion is probably pretty solid.
Don't forget to stand up for that kickoff.
These Shafter folks are in pretty good shape that come to all these football games, standing up for every kickoff, because they put up 40, 50 every game. These diehards keep getting up every time.
Martin takes it, wants to throw it, and does. Goes back to, oh, goodness.
Zane Merrill, yeah.
Zane Merrill, but
Number 10, Zane Merrill on the return.
some big contact over there, but it was a cameraman that went down or somebody.
2-yard line.
So they tried the old fake reverse back pass on the kickoff. Why not? You've got 9 minutes left in your season. Give it a shot.
Yeah, you still got it in the playbook. Let's call it.
You're right.
I'd like to thank Richland Chevrolet for being one of our recurring sponsors.
So the third quarter went 1 hour, and it looks like the fourth quarter is going to go about 15 minutes. We've seen it all tonight, Rich.
Yes, we have. All right, I formation.
And it's a nice, strong play right up the middle. And it's Martin again, and Martin still on his feet. They didn't throw him down. Tyree Martin trying to get to the end zone. Will he get there? He does get there. Touchdown, Dos Palos. Oh, my goodness.
Second time we've seen Tyree go very long with it. He took the kickoff about 60 yards, and that play was about a 70-yarder. Looked like he was wrapped up. Broke the tackle. No quitting that kid.
They tried to throw him down, and all they did was throw him forward about 5 yards, and he just kept on rolling, and he gets into the end zone. And it'll go back to a 30-pointer if this PAT goes through. A frosty, chilly evening here in Shafter.
We are spoiled out here in Kern County, because I'm sure somewhere in the Mideast, when they're fighting those below zero temperatures, they would love to have a night like this.
You're right. They go for the fake PAT. They lob it up, and it's good. They got 2 out of it.
Again, if you got it in the playbook, you better call it now.
So now it's
Palos to 22.
a 19-point ball game.
15 seconds left in the
So 29-point ball game.
The clock will continue to run if that's on anybody's mind.
Whose mind? Whose mind?
Once it starts running, it keeps running.
Hey, how dare you guys? Aren't you guys football purists? Miguel, Kevin?
I still have some poor lady's keys up here. If anybody
Says the man with the beanie, gloves, 4 coats on. And he will be at Stockdale High School tomorrow afternoon, roughly 4 o'clock. He'll go on the air. Kern High Network will be covering the Stockdale High School marching band competition in Cutler Garden. It's going to be a great afternoon. And you'll be able to see that right here on Kern High Network.
All right, let's see what Dos Palos does. Look like they're going to onside kick it. Good job.
Look out, look out, look out. This is where one of these plays where the officials rush in very quickly. Nice job, fellas.
Yeah, good job by the Shafter return team. That can be pretty scary when you got 11 guys with mean intentions coming at you, but he did a good job covering up that ball and not giving it up.
Under 6 to go here. Boy, the contrast in the third quarter and the fourth quarter.
If you need some cows hauled, be sure and call Easy Cow Haul. They're one of our local sponsors.
One of my favorite announcements by any public address announcer anywhere in high school football land. If you need a cow hauled, they're one of our sponsors. You don't hear that every day.
All right, so we've got I believe a freshman quarterback out there now for Shafter.
Look at this. I saw him winging it and getting going. Tyson Dozier, freshman QB, sends Marco Rodriguez in front of him, and Tyson hands the ball off. And look at this. Almost a touchdown. Tyson would have been 1 for 1 on plays from the line of scrimmage for a touchdown, and that was almost a breakaway by Hernandez.
And Tyson's likely to be the guy next year. He's a freshman right now, so he'll be a sophomore next year. You know, Alex Aguilar started as a sophomore here. So he'll take his lumps early on, but, you know, if you look at the history here, obviously Perucci did a great job with Aguilar, and Tyson's in a good system here. Very quarterback friendly.
1st and 10, sends Rodriguez in front of him. Bumble, ball's on the ground. Now he gets eaten up, thrown down.
Football trouble there, and there's a sack in the backfield. There's a flag on the play, though. I'll bet I can guess for what.
All right, well, quarterback's hands are probably a little bit cold. There's no pockets on these pants. And, you know, that snap just dropped off his hands. I'm sure he's a little bit anxious. And then
Maximus Ganoa came in and sacked him, had something to say to him, and the flag came out right after that. So I think he may be done for the evening as well. So, and that's Maximus's last 2 or 3 minutes.
Legal shift against Shafter and a personal foul against Palos.
illegal shift has been one of the favorite calls tonight. I think that's about the 5th time it's been called, and personal foul right up there with it, though. That's probably the 4th or 5th personal foul we've had.
51-22 the score. We've been deliberating on our Tony's Pizza player of the game. Did Miguel just hit the road? He just took off, huh? He went down the rabbit hatch to the imaginary warmer press box, which it is not. Wow. Good thing we don't need to go to commercial break. 1st and 4. Tyson Dozier, freshman quarterback.
Tyson's waiting for the back judge to start his count here. The back judge starts it right now.
Handoff. It's about the 27-yard line. Nelson Hernandez took a big hit from the big guy, Herbert Sanders, is 6'1", 320.
There's some big guys on that Dos Palos side.
2.5 to go here in the 4th.
They did just chop the play in, so he'll likely wait a while before he has him snap it. Nope, he's going to go for it. We had Dos Palos jump the gun that time.
And we will dip below the 2-minute mark here right about now. 51-22, a big win tonight for Shafter, and that will almost certainly bring them here. It will bring them here next Friday night.
Yeah, I know they're going to play the winner of it was Lindsay, who beat Liberty Madera last week, and Woodlake. Woodlake would be the favorite in that game. It's about a 2.5-hour drive for Woodlake to get here.
1st and 10. It's a stretch play out to that far side, and
Nelson Hernandez on the carry.
Nathan Jordan
By number 1, Isaac Adams.
he went to make that jersey pull to try to pull him down, and he's banged up. And I don't know that they'll stop the clock even for that, so that may do it.
Will Rehabilitation Services for being a local sponsor.
Because it's running clock and Nathan Jordan is down the game. He popped up really quickly there. And they're giving him a round of applause, so he'll go off. And they're going to have to get
likely
one more
he's going to
play
do
off.
it. I'll bet he waits before, let it get under the 25-second mark before he blows it in. We'll see, though. Shafter in victory formation.
And that will do it. 51-22. Shafter pulls out a big win. Our Tony's Pizza player of the game, unanimous. It's going to be the superstar Marco Rodriguez across the board. 3 touchdown catches, 1 interception. What a stud. On behalf of our director-producer, Miguel Garcia, our cameraman, Kevin Willey, Rich Cornford, I'm Vance Palm. Big win. Shafter moves on. We will see you somewhere next week. Good night. God bless.